Hello there, Lynx here, and this is more of Crystalline. The first line is kind of dangerous to me. Not from experience, but it sounds dangerous. Flock of birds shooting across the sky wakes me. Which makes me realize they do camp outside. And, you know, I know what happens to cars. Unfortunately, in the morning, standing outside when there are birds around. I hope nothing landed on those guys. Anyway, I hate birds. I blink and then yawn, stretching my arms high over my head. It feels like I've got a decent amount of sleep. Me, never. I've thrown. Was that Leanna just now? Her voice was really faint. I hear a roar of wind. Another flock of birds shoot up into the sky from the distance. I look around and realize Leanna's nowhere in sight. The others are still sleeping soundly. I kick off my bedroll and scramble for my sword, rushing out to meet her in the field. By the time I get there, Leanna smiles, seemingly satisfied, and sheathes her sword. Hey! She jumps.
Oh.
She turns around.
Good morning.
She stiffens, blushing, her eyes squeeze shut.
I mean, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning? Leanna shifts from side to side. Her whole body seems strained and tight. Why is she suddenly so awkward around me? Are you ready for practice?
Right. About that.
She glances away, as if she's suddenly fascinated with something on the ground.
I actually just finished.
I blink in surprise. Really? She nods, scratching the back of her neck.
Yep.
But we always part together. Leanna's cheeks flush, but she holds her smile.
Yeah, but you just seemed like you could use the rest. I didn't want to wake you.
Oh. I know that Leanna's voice sounds a little too cheaper. I can't help but feel like there's more to it. Is she avoiding me? My stomach squirms at the thought. Leanna shifts uncomfortably. The silence stretches on, making the air thick with tension. Things have been so crazy that we never had a chance to talk about the kiss. This morning is the first time things have started to feel more normal, and it's clear we have some unresolved feelings. Maybe that kiss was just on a whim. Maybe she doesn't want to pursue anything further. I guess there is no point staying out here. We head back to the camp and find the rest of the team to be awake.
Greetings. Did you enjoy your practice?
I was not allowed to.
Yes, it was good. How did you sleep? Quite sufficiently.
She turns to me.
A significant amount of time has passed since you last attempted to open a temporal rift. Since you've absorbed more energy, perhaps now would be a good time to attempt it again.
Let's face it, we need at least all of the elementals' energy. Let's just skip it. What? You want to do that now? Emmy blinks.
Yes, we have resolved our mission with the Cloaked Brotherhood, and we are refocused on our search for the temples. It would be an ideal time to try again.
I remember my last attempt and wins. Was it a bit of a disaster last time? Amelia shakes her head.
The ability to open the rift is there. I believe if you focus, the cast may be more refined.
Alright. Leanna looks worried, but she doesn't say anything. I'm curious, but I decide not to ask questions. I focus on stealing my mind instead. Oh, it's supposed to be stealing. Okay. As in steel. As in the metal. So stealing. That's not how you would write it, right? Whatever. Doesn't matter. For once, I don't need Leanna or Mel to guide me through what to do. I close my eyes, taking in slow deep breaths. Is Kara not running away? Gathering the energy within, I shoot it down my arm as I try to visualize the rift. I'm taken off guard by how fast the energy shoots down my arm this time. And I open my... Wait, are you casting with your eyes closed? What is wrong with you? Wind roars and flares up all around us. Emmy and Leanna are speaking, but I can hear them over the wind pounding in my ears. My heart automatically leaps at how strong the magic is, but I quickly shove the anxiety back down. I can do this! But do you want to? I grit my teeth. It's an effort to extend my hand against the gale. The storm whips about even stronger. The trees groan and sway, and then... Nothing happens, except for the fierce biting wind! I hold on a little longer to see if anything changes, but it doesn't. The wave of the magic feels like it's setting deep into my bones, making my arm as heavy as a stone. Exhaustion ripples through me and my arm slaps down. The storm kisses. Leanna breathes out a sigh and smiles.
Thank goodness.
She seems more relieved than necessary. Was she concerned about me casting or something else? I can't tell.
This is extremely curious.
What is? I jerk my head up. Amelia's face is a blank sheet. She taps her chin.
It seems you are still a complete failure.
Ow! Oh my god. Oh, that hurt. Leanna's jaw drops. I knew it, but it still hurt.
Amelia! As you are able to summon more energy than before, I have come to the conclusion that you will not be able to cast a rift until you've absorbed even more energy.
I've told you this from the very beginning. We have to check out all the temples. You've never listened to me. I nod, disappointment curling in my guts. I was hoping to get a step closer to home. I feel like I'm making no progress with these rifts at all.
However, your cast was exponentially more powerful than before. Your ability to manipulate energy is increasing at an unprecedented speed.
That's a good thing, I think. Amelia nods. Just have to keep trying until I get it. Should we start heading to the water temple then?
Yep.
We jump and whirl around. Stop sneaking up on us! Kara stifles laugh. She seems to be back to her usual self again. I'm glad, but I still wish she'd stop surprising me all the time.
Which way are we
I
going?
wouldn't mind.
We should begin journeying towards the coast, as I am not positive on the temple's exact location. I do believe it will be near a large body of water. Costa Coral is a coastal city which best matches the description of where the temple may be located.
Kara grins.
It sounds like we'll have to pass through Illumia to reach Costa Coral anyway. We should make a stop there.
Amelia's brows crinkle together.
Is there not another way we could travel? I have already mapped out a course which would circumvent the academy.
Kara raises a brow as she takes a look at Ami's makeshift map.
This would take us very out of the way. It'll add on at least another week or two of travel.
Leanna places a hand on Ami's shoulder.
It'll be alright. This may be a good opportunity for you to confront your professors.
Amelia's frown deepens. She seems to be lost in thought. Leanna's smile softens.
It'll be okay. Really. Boy.
The Pango bounces at Ami's feet and flashes her an encouraging grin. Amy still looks a bit worried, but after a moment she nods.
Thank you. Perhaps their feelings towards my field study will be swayed if I show them all the information I have gathered on our journey hence far.
Yeah, maybe it will work. We'll find out. Kara ruffles Amelia's hair.
They would be crazy not to, Amy.
Amelia blushes. She clears her throat.
Thank you. Let us find Zack and be on our way.
After we find Zack, we clean up the campsite. We gather our supplies and start again on our journey. We walk across the rolling grassy hills until we find ourselves back onto the path towards Illumia. Kara and Zack lead the way. I notice Zack walking a little closer to Kara than usual, but he keeps his arms crossed. Each time she catches him staring, her smirk grows more and more evident. Are those two together now? Thinking about Zack and Kara suddenly has me wondering about Leanna and me. What are we? Are we a couple? Or was Leanna just caught up in the moment? I suddenly remember that kiss again and my face goes hot. My gaze snaps up to Leanna's hands dangling at her sides. They look so small and delicate. My heart rate picks up. Reaching out to grab someone's hand is way less nerve-wracking than leaning in for a kiss, right? Besides, she made the first move at the Wind Temple, so now it's my turn. Slowly, slowly. Her hand is right there. Be confident, you fool. You fool! Be confident! Let's go with that. Whoop. A small smile tugs at my mouth. I pick up the pace, so I'm suddenly walking beside her, trying to be as nonchalant as possible. I turn my head away and suddenly slip my fingers between hers. Leanna flinches. She glances at our clasped hands, and her cheeks turn as red as poppies. Poppies. Yeah, she turns back to the group, probably to make sure no one is watching. When it's clear no one is paying attention, she looks up at me with a soft smile. She gives my hand a slight squeeze. Her fingers are soft, and her hand feels surprisingly small, practically swallowed by my own.
Hey, Leanna, do you remember where we...
That's sticky. Kara turns around and stops. She raises her eyebrows.
Oh.
Oh, what? Leanna squeaks. Her face burns scarlet and she drops my hand. A slow smile slides across Kara's face.
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Am I interrupting something?
Of course not.
Oh boy. Teasing is coming. Zack and Amy stop. They turn to see what all the commotion is about.
What's going on?
Kara pins us with a knowing stare. Her eyes shimmer with something playful and mischievous. Crap, she's definitely going to call us out.
Oh, nothing.
She spins around on her heel.
I didn't see anything.
Zack arches an eyebrow.
Really?
Well, actually, there was this really beautiful flower, and I thought it'd be very nice if someone picked it for me.
Never mind.
Kara links her arm to Zack and he stops asking questions. She leads him ahead with Amelia trailing behind. This is so good. Kara continues to flirt with Zack the entire way there while he pretends not to be interested. For he is, we know that very well. Leanna and I chat quietly on the way there to kill time, but Amelia barely says no more than a few words. She's been unnaturally silent for most of the journey, with Pango falls asleep inside my scarf, while Kara leans into Zack. Oh, I can see the tops of Illumina's buildings picking up from behind the hill. As we start to get closer, the bustling of the city becomes louder and louder. I begin to recognize the stone buildings and intricate crystal lamps. Kara grins.
Looks like we finally made it.
Yeah, Amelia lets out a soft sigh. I've been doing this a lot lately. I don't know why. Good old times of school. I think I learned this I learned it in middle school. And it pissed off teachers so much. The best part is they had no idea who was making it. I was like, who was that? Oh, stop it! Anyway, Amelia lets out a soft sigh.
Indeed, it appears so.
The city seems even more crowded than the last time I was here. Maybe it has to do with the time of day. So, are we just passing through here or are we making a stop?
Well, I have a few things I want to take care of while we're here.
Same here. I'd like to check in with some people.
Emmy's silent. Leanna sends her a sympathetic glance, patting her on the arm.
Just remember, everything's gonna turn out fine.
Yep. Hopefully. Amelia doesn't look too convinced, but she nods.
Perhaps it would be best to meet at the inn when all of our matters are accomplished.
Yep.
Then it's settled. We'll
Yep.
meet back up at the inn in the evening.
Yep. With a nod, the group splits up and goes their separate ways. Let's see what Leanna's up to. Ask what Zach and Kara are up to. Oh, they are together. Nice. Follow Amelia. We are going with Leanna as per usual, to be fair. Right? Wandering through the shops of Illumia, I catch a glimpse of white armor turning the corner. Is that Leanna? Why is that enter not working? But this one does. Why? So weird. I hurry to catch up to her and tap her on the shoulder. She stops and turns around. A small smile lights her face.
Oh, hey!
I just realized it's Friday night. I was supposed to be streaming on Fridays. Whoops. Hey, are you taking care of some shopping while we're in Illumia?
Not exactly. Since I'm back in the city, I figured I should stop at the Mage Guild and file my report.
But you file the reports when you are finished with the job. Right? Not necessarily true, I know it myself as well. There is stuff you can put in while the stuff is happening, right? Whatever. Report? She nods.
I have to give an update on the energy spike anomalies. We know now that they were caused by the temporal rifts.
My stomach gives an unpleasant twist. If she's going to be reporting on the temporal rifts. Wait, you're not going to mention me, are you? Leanna shakes her head.
Don't worry. You're a byproduct of the spike, not the cause of it.
Oh! The anxiety lessens in my stomach. Well, that makes sense. But what will happen if the guild determines she solved the case? Does it mean you're going to be assigned to another case? Leanna blinks surprised, then laughs.
Oh, no, not at all. I haven't discovered the cause of the rifts or the anomalies, so I haven't completed my mission yet.
Do you know how long you're going to take? Leanna grins.
Why? Are you gonna miss me?
The answer is yes. She seems she's gonna tease me like that. Please. I'm gonna answer straight up here. I'm losing voice, by the way. Yes, I'll miss you like the stars miss the sun. That's my line. Nope. Yeah, let's go with first one. Of course, every second without you, my heart hurts. Leanna blinks, then laughs.
I think you'll be alright for a few hours.
Hours!
Well, I'd better get going. The sooner
That's
I
how
file
she
this
should
report,
react.
the sooner I can move on. I'll see you later today.
Yeah. I feel like because of me actually recording without webcam as of late, I'm getting a bit too comfortable in the chair and I'm literally sliding down in almost like a lying position. Oh boy. I watch her turn and disappear into one of the buildings with gold lettering and the sign hanging above. It's just as intricate as the surrounding ones. I guess I better go find something else to do. Something else to do. I think. You know what? For a change, let's go Amelia. Emmy's going to be at the Mage Academy, and I think she could use some moral support. I trace my steps to the academy and spot Amelia along the way. Hey. Emmy shoves to a stop. Surprise flickers across her face.
Oh,
She blinks.
hello.
She barely seems to register I'm there. Her mind is clearly somewhere else. She must really be worried about facing the academy today. Give her a pep talk. Whatever, she will be fine. We'll give her a motivational speech. Oh, but I hated those, like, no, before, like, any presentation or whatever, please don't talk to me. I was like that, kind of. Except for English, I guess. That's surprising. I don't know why. I hated making doing presentation in my own language. In English, yeah, that was kind of enjoyable. I wonder why it is. Technically, I also got better grades in English. Technically, I also communicate better in English. Am I really from Poland? Am I really Polish? Let's go. First one. We'll see. Hey, it's going to be okay. They might be angry at first, but you're a lot more capable than what they've given you credit for. Oh my god, I'd really see. I guess, listen, now that I think about it, I did record 3 episodes during the day. 3? Was it 3? Yes, it was 3. And now I'm on the 2nd of the night. I have not been recording like 5 episodes a day in ages. So I shouldn't be surprised about kind of losing my voice, I guess. Not gonna lie, though, being able to record during the day is so good. I feel like I have the most fun when I do it during the day, which is problematic because otherwise it's, you know, vacation for me, right? Normally it was, you know, work, so I can't really do that. Night shifts, I guess, would fit me then. Something like that. Anyway, they will have no choice but to see that. Amelia blinks.
Your confidence does provide some solace to my distress.
Of course. My confidence, yeah, right. What is that? Of course, they can't possibly stay mad when they realize how much this adventure has benefited your studies. She pauses, mulling over my words. She's so quiet that at first I'm not sure if I convinced her. But eventually she nods, that familiar spark finally returning to her eyes.
I find your evaluation reassuring. I hope you are correct in that assessment.
I hope to. So, I don't know, now that I think about it, I have not noticed that in the videos, but when the characters even slightly moves, the text kinda, you know, gets a little stutter. Anyway, got any ideas about how you're going to convince them?
I do. I plan to show them all the research I've gathered on our journey hence far.
How long is this presentation going to be? That's cool. What kind of research?
A continuation of Eldorissim's research into the temples of the ancients. I also have extensive notes on your impressive and accelerated mastery of casting and fighting.
Wait, what?
Of course, those findings I will not be sharing with the Academy at this time.
I let out a breath. I hadn't realized I'd been holding. Good. She cocks her head to the side as she examines me.
Your bewilderment just now was unexpected.
Sorry, I was worried you were going to tell them about me and that they'd find out I'm from another world. And suddenly, you're from another world? But I'm glad you're leaving that out.
I believed it to be quite obvious that I would not be providing that information.
I smile at Emmy, showing my gratitude. She may seem a bit robotic at times, but she really does care about her friends. Thanks, Emmy. That's so nice of you. She blinks.
After all, it is irrelevant for my report.
I'm irrelevant to your report. Anyway, oh. Amelia turns and starts walking away. Hey, wait! Wait! I follow her through the Academy's wrought iron gates and into a familiar grassy square. There are fewer students out here today than when I was with Leanna. Maybe most of them are in classes. Or it's vacation, man. A few students in red and blue, I mean technically over here in Poland at least, it's still vacation for the students. They have 1 more month. When we talk like over here, university, right? Well, unless they still manage to fail passing the exams, then I believe now, yeah, now in September, they would have the chances to get to them again before in October the semester starts. At least that's how my worked back in the day. Anyway, a few students in red and blue close glance curiously at us as we pass. In fact, I received a few more curious looks. Have I read that? Why are they staring at us? Amy doesn't bat an eye.
Their stares are directed at you. As you are not a student, they are merely curious as to the reason for your visit.
Oh, I see. Well, in my case, it wouldn't be a problem. I could really easily walk in and still. We didn't have any uniforms or whatever. So. University did this for you in Poland. Oh, I thought maybe they knew about you or something.
I am just one student out of many.
She makes a fair point. I know most of the students back at my university either. Same.
Come, we should go this way.
Okay. I think I only would know everyone. Primary school and middle school. Primary especially, it was like, 6 years. And to be fair, 6 years. There were only 6 classes because of that. Because, well, it was a small school. And, well, to be fair, in middle school it was the same. It was bigger. It was 3 years. And I might be mistaken, but I think each year basically had 5 classes actually, because there were quite a lot of people there. Maybe not quite a lot, but well, compared to my primary school, a lot. Still, you would know everyone pretty much. I also probably knew, well, more people because of the fact that I played some football and, well, some other people played a bit as well, I guess. And I was in the older age group as well, so that's why as well. As well. Anyway, we enter the castle and Amelia leads me up a spiral staircase. Our footsteps echo across the stone as we travel in silence. Amelia's expression is impossible to read. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or not. She leads me into an open room. It looks like it's a library or a study hall. A few students peek around their books to get a glance at us, then return to whatever they were doing. We push to the back of the room and hear a small office where a woman wearing flowing black robes sits at the desk. Her long teal hair is still thick, but her amber eyes are crossed with fine wrinkles, exposing her age. I hope she didn't hear my thoughts.
Professor Odessa.
Nice. She looks up at us, then lowers her quill and purses her lips into a fine line.
Amelia?
Dude, what are you talking about? She looks freaking young. Amy remains silent. The professor's gaze slides to me and she raises her brow.
Oh, you've brought a friend.
What's up?
Yes, he is one of my travel companions.
Confirm.
I see.
I confirm. She looks a little sleepy. She folds her hands together and sounds a little sleepy as well.
I'm sure I don't have to explain to you what must happen now that you've returned.
I am well aware of the consequences of my actions.
Which is what? Wait, what? What? Professor Odessa nods and pushes herself to her feet.
Then you know that I must alert the council of your return.
Amelia nods and Professor Odessa's expression softens. She places a comforting hand on Amy's shoulder.
It is good to see you again.
Thank you, Professor.
Let's go then. The council is very upset with you, with good reason. But I'll make sure you have a chance to speak and explain yourself.
Again, Amelia nods.
The sentiment is much appreciated.
Professor Odessa hesitates as her gaze lands on me again. What's up?
As I mentioned, he has accompanied me on my travels. I would wish to have him present should the council have any questions about my whereabouts or research.
And suddenly you feel like, maybe the others should be here too.
Very well.
I stay quiet as I follow the two of them through the academy. I feel very out of place, but I want to remain supportive of Amy. Eventually we pause in front of a set of double doors. Professor Odessa pushes open doors and they crack resoundingly. A group of royal professors sit around a large table. Their chatter kisses when we enter and all eyes turn to us.
Professors?
They nod in greeting. Professor Odessa steps aside to reveal Amelia.
I call upon the council to hear the case of Amelia Estelle.
She takes a seat among the professors while Amy steps up.
Greetings, professors.
Greetings! Their faces are stern.
Amelia Estelle, you left the academy against the will of your professors with no indication of your whereabouts.
Well, she was going on an adventure.
I indicated my location within the message I left behind.
He glowers at her.
Yes, in Ember Mist, a fictional city.
No, it's not.
With all due respect, Professor, Ember Mist is a very real location.
Yep. Another professor chimes in.
Amelia, please take the council seriously. The consequences of your actions could be quite severe.
How severe exactly are these consequences? Can she get expelled?
The only permissive reason for prematurely departing the academy is if on a sanctioned field study.
I was on a sanctioned field study.
Sanctioned by the academy.
I understand, Professor, but if I may ask, what more could I have done to be granted a field study by the academy? My numerous attempts to acquire one has unequivocally been denied without a clear explanation.
The professors glance at each other.
Any declinations of field studies would be due to a poor fit between student and study.
Yeah, sure. Amelia frowns.
Can you please elaborate as to how I am a poor fit? I have proven myself a sufficient mage caster in my classes. I have completed all prerequisites necessary to obtain a field study without fail. As such, I am one of the most ideal candidates for a field study.
Your maturity level and ability to communicate with your peers is lacking. Your premature departure from the academy is a prime example of your immaturity.
I do apologize for my actions, and I recognize that my method in obtaining my field study were unorthodox. However, my research from the study has been most enlightening. I am confident should you hear what I have to say, you will be in agreement.
Amelia, I don't know what sort of situation you've gotten yourself involved in, but I can assure you it is not a field study.
Amy opens her mouth to retort, but the professor holds up a hand, stopping her. This isn't looking good. Maybe I should step in. Say something or don't interfere. Oh fuck! I kinda want to. I might do that. Let's see. Let's see if something happens. Actually, I better keep my mouth shut. I shouldn't even be here in the first place, so drawing attention to myself might not be the smartest move. The last thing I want to do is make things worse for her.
I, for one, would like to hear what Amelia has to say.
Hell yeah! I knew you were cool. The professors quiet down as Professor Odessa fixes them a stern look. She then gestures to Amy to continue. Amy nods and then she gathers her thoughts. The tension in her body relaxes slightly and she stands taller. She glances at me and I flash her a grin. She's got this!
On my journey, I have come across substantial information about temples of the ancients.
Professor Odessa's brows shoot up.
An interesting and unusual subject.
Yep. Amelia nods. She digs deep into her bag and pulls out several scrolls. She rolls them out across the table, revealing notes, symbols, and elaborate sketches. I crawl on my neck to get a better look. I knew Amy had been keeping detailed notes, but the amount of detail is still very impressive. The professors gather in a circle and lean over a table to examine it.
As you can see from my findings, using previous notes from Elgerism, I have successfully accessed the temples which were forgotten by society. each one has high concentration of energy.
Professor Odessa grins. She shifts her half-moon spectacle up her nose.
Elder Eason's research was incomplete.
Correct. I was able to use the research to orient myself to the general location of each temple. Once closer to the area, it was a mixture of cross-referencing notes with anecdotes from the fellow travelers, which helped me pinpoint each temple's exact location. For reference, the fire temple was located in the ancient city of Embermist.
The professor paused at the mention of Evermist. They continue to pour over the notes. Professor Odessa looks up at Emilia, her eyes sparkling, a whisper of a smile is on her lips.
I have to admit, this is impressive work.
Hell yeah, it is, you
Notes
loser.
are meticulous and well documented, and the findings are worthwhile.
The other murmur and nod in agreement. Amelia says nothing. She seems to be holding her breath.
However, I believe I speak for the group when I say this is incomplete.
Yeah, because we're still working on it. Amy blinks, and the shock is evident on her face. Her brows knit in worry.
Which means I propose that you continue on your Academy-sanctioned field study, while we review the current research you have collected.
The professor glance at each other, then agree in a chorus of nods and murmurings. Amelia breaks into a broad grin as her eyes widen with hope.
Really?
She's so excited she practically squeals the word out. Immediately she claps her hands over her mouth. Her face turns beet red.
I agree.
Oh, hell yeah, you do.
Despite my better judgment, your research is most impressive. I too agree.
Yeah, keep saying that your judgment is good, man. Yeah. Keep believing that.
Then it's settled. You are officially on your field study assignment for your eligibility to join the rank of Magecaster upon successful completion.
Hell yeah. Amy clears her throat.
Thank you. This is a great honor.
She inclines her head, hair bangs covering her eyes. Professor Odessa smiles and pats her on the shoulder.
Of course. Well done.
I can practically feel the embarrassment shimmering off of Amelia in waves. She lifts her head, her face still slightly red from her outburst. The other professors still seem a little ruffled, but it's clear they are impressed.
I think we'll be seeing great things from you, Miss Estelle.
Hell yeah, you will! After being dismissed, Amy and I exit the council room. Congratulations! This is amazing news!
Yes.
Suddenly, she squeals and latches onto me in a tight hug. Whoa.
Thank you. It was with your assistance that I have finally acquired a field study.
That was all you, but I'm glad I could help. Gently adjust her hug. Just as suddenly, Amy lets go and smooths her robes. When she looks up at me, she regains her calm and collected composure. The only hint of her previous excitement is the sparkle in her eyes. Ready to go back? She nods. As I follow Amelia out of the academy, I see Professor Odessa in my peripheral vision. And I do that because my field of vision is actually pretty good. It's pretty high. Fuck. Again, goddamn football. She's talking to a man who looks to be around her age. He has a white stripe within his dark hair and wears knight's armor. Does he work for the Mage Guild? He looks familiar. I think I know him from somewhere. Is it... You know, what was his name? I know who it is. I know who that is. The dude. What's his name? The one that helped us, with the void. I'm gonna say first one. Amy doesn't seem to have noticed them. I scoot a bit closer to get a better look at the guy. His eyes are mismatched. One is brown, while the other is blue. No, it wasn't him. Maybe it's one of the heroes? Professor Odessa embraces him warmly.
Rixnay, my Mage-Knight in shining armor is here.
Wait, Rixney? He's one of the heroes! Now I know why he decided to stay in Havengard. Professor Odessa giggles as Rixney fondly rolls his eyes.
You're always so dramatic.
Oh, it's Kirito, okay.
How could I not be when a revered class ass from the Mage Guild comes all this way to visit little old me?
That rank pales in comparison to being the most beautiful and intelligent professor in all of Havengard.
Smooth, Kirito, smooth. A faint blush dulls her cheeks as she smiles up at him. He matches her smile, then lays in asks. He wraps an arm around her waist.
So, what's the lesson planned for today, Professor?
Why don't you come in for office hours and we can discuss it further?
I'll pretend I've never heard that. Okay, I'm done eavesdropping on this conversation. Feeling a bit flustered, I quickly catch up with Emmy. She looks back at me as she hears me approach, but otherwise doesn't react. We make our way out of the academy. Once we reach the streets of Illumia, we part ways. So guys, did you know that Amy's professor dates one of the heroes? Maybe they're married even. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Knowing Zunk, there is one place he will be for sure. And after what transpired between him and Kara in Bridgewick, I guess that Kara is with him. Following my hunch, I make the familiar trek back to the inn. I do make a couple of wrong turns, but all in all, I find Vane without much trouble. Just as expected, Zack is at the bounty board. I begin to approach when I spot a familiar, long, luxurious brown ponytail come into view. Kara joins Zack at the board and smiles up at him, and I did not mean to click. Kara joins Zack at the board and smiles up at him. He glances at her, then folds his arms. They stand like that for a few minutes, then Zack turns to face Kara.
Hey, Kara.
Yeah?
He hesitates. Kara arches her brow.
I'm gonna go get my dischargers checked out.
Oh,
She blinks in surprise, then fixes him a curious look.
okay.
Do you wanna go with me?
Do it! Her eyes widen.
You're asking me to go with you?
Yes.
Like, me and you?
I know it's unexpected, just go!
Yes.
As in us.
Yes.
Together.
Do you wanna come or not?
No, I'm busy.
Zack chokes.
What?
Kara giggles.
I'm just kidding.
She latches onto Zack's arm and snuggles into his bicep.
I'd love to come with you.
Zack's face turns pink, and he coughs.
Yeah. Well, alright.
Together they begin to walk out. Neither one of them notices me. Can I come? I'm so proud of my bro. Follow them. Should we do it? You know what? We have nothing better to do anyway. Let's go. I'm about to follow them, and then I remember I'm not a creepy stalker, so I shake that thought away. Of course I... God damn it. What did you think I would? Come on. Watching the retreating forms exit Vane, I quietly follow them out. I guess they're a bit occupied. Maybe I should do something else to pass the time. I decide to spend the remaining time on my own. I head to the marketplace. After browsing the stores, I feel strangely nostalgic. I recognize a few of the items being sold from my first time in Illumia, and I have mixed feelings about that. Wait, if I haven't bought it, then if nobody has bought it until now, that means this is junk. Kind of. On the other hand, if you worked in the store, you'd have that certain item that nobody would buy anyway. Back where I worked, back in the day, there were quite a lot of items like that. Have I been here so long that things which previously made me wonder have now become normal? Either way, this is probably an indication that I should meet back up with the others. I don't want to dive into this rabbit hole again. As I head towards Zane, I ran to Leanna in the street. She grins, her cheeks flushed as she pauses to catch her breath. I glance at the mountain of groceries handled in her arms.
Hey!
My stomach gives a pleasant little swoop at Leanna's voice. Hey, ready to meet others? She giggles.
Actually, since you've been such a good boy, I think you deserve a reward.
Huh? I don't think I'm ready for that. Just tell me when and where. Does it have to be... Does it have to do with the free food? I don't know what to answer. I mean... this is kind of weird. Just tell me when and where. What are you referring to? Okay, let's say this one, whatever, because I don't like the other ones. I wrap my arm around her small shoulders. I thought you would never ask. Leanna frowns.
Excuse me?
Just tell me where we should go for my reward. Leanna's gaze goes flat. Why that seem like a nice boring to me?
The kitchen.
I blink, surprised. The kitchen.
Yeah.
I chuckle. Well, not the most comfortable sounding place, but you know what? I'm into it.
For dinner?
That's what I meant. Dinner.
Yes.
I glance at the groceries in her hands again. Understanding flashes through me. Ah, I see. I think I made the wrong choice. I mean, I did see the groceries. I did register that. Why did I not? Also, on the other hand, I was thinking, is she getting this for our trip? I mean, we'll need that, right? But whatever. Leon's cheeks tinge pink.
What were you thinking?
That you wanted to cook me dinner, of course. She seems unconvinced.
Uh-huh. Let's just get going.
Not, yes, that's... I mean, come on. Where... I did not think that. Where are we going to go cook this up?
My place.
Huh? Your place. She smiles and nods.
Yeah. I live here in Illumia.
That makes sense. She must have stayed at the inn last time to keep an eye on me, but even more importantly, Leanna is inviting me to go to her place. Alone. My pulse quickens at the thought. I noted the grocery bags. Let me help you with some of those. Leanna smiles grateful.
Thank you.
And by that I mean give me all the bags. She shuffles a few bags in my arms. They're a little heavier than I expected, but nothing I can't handle. She was probably using the wind magic anyway. I follow her through... Dude, you could use the freaking wind magic like this as well. Crazy. I follow her through the city until we come to a small cluster of apartments. She leads me into a tall stone building and then shows me inside. Whoa! That's quite a mess! You've got there? Her clothes are sprawled across the living room floor. There are a few piles of laundry she hasn't put away and a blanket is left unfolded on the couch. Several pairs of boots have been kicked carelessly off to the side. Okay, Leanna, you cook something. Give me an hour, I will tidy this up. Maybe 30 minutes. This is not the kind of room I was expecting.
Oh my gosh!
Leanna drops the groceries on the ground and begins frantically collecting her clothing. Her hair falls in front of her face as she bends down, but not before I see the bright blush in her cheeks.
I'm so sorry!
A smirk slides across my face. Who knew such a proper Mage-Knight could be so messy?
It's not like that. I mean, it doesn't always look this way. When I last left, I didn't realize it'd be such a long time before I returned.
Leanna's face turns cherry red. I snicker. I'm sure it doesn't always look like this.
It doesn't!
I give her a pointed look. Leanna finally sighs. She slumps with defeat.
It's usually worse.
I knew it!
In my defense, I didn't expect to bring anyone back.
She leads me into the kitchen, probably eager to change the subject. We place the groceries onto the counter.
Any special requests?
Surprise me. Whatever your signature dish is. Cook for me in nothing but an apron. This is a very important choice right now. Probably the most important of choices we've had so far in the game. Surprise me. Should we risk it for the biscuit? Let's try. Let's see what was gonna happen. She might kick us out of the apartment, but... I would like to request the naked apron special, please.
Huh. I've never heard of that food before.
Oh. It's easy. It's just the bare essentials.
How was it made?
First, you put on the apron. Then you take everything else off. Leanna's cheeks turn red, but she otherwise remains composed.
It's too bad I don't own an apron then. Otherwise, I would have made you demonstrate that.
I mean, okay, I don't mind. I choke and look up at Leanna's devilish grin. I mean, we can try getting an apron then. Leanna used sauce. It was super effective. A hot blush scorches my face.
Okay, let's get started then.
Do you want any help? Leanna shakes her head.
No, thank you. This is something I want to do for you.
Okay, so while you're at it, I'm gonna clean this place up. My heart fumbles in my chest. A huge grin spreads over my face. Honestly, for like... I'm not like super into tidying and so on, but I would not have a mess like that ever in my life. If anything, you would see the clothes in one place. Like on a wardrobe or whatever, right? But not around entire freaking area. Anyway. My heart fumbles in my chest. A huge grin spreads over my face. You sure? She nods. Well, I can't wait. She beams and then starts unpacking the groceries. I sit down at the center and watch her get to work. Leanna and I talk and laugh as she prepares the meal. Steam curls her hair around her face as she hovers over the stove. The air simmers with the smell of stew, making my mouth water. My stomach gives an impatient rumble.
I think it's ready.
Leanna scoops the stew out of the pot and places a bowl down in front of me. She takes a seat across from me. We dig in. The stew is still pretty hot, but I'm so hungry that I shove it straight to my mouth. It almost burns my tongue. I yelp, taking a large gulp of water. Leanna laughs.
Be careful, it's still hot.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. Taking another spoonful, I carefully blow on it before tasting it again. It tastes okay. It's definitely edible, but it lacks in any kind of flavor or seasoning. We've had Zan cooking our camp meals for so long that I've forgotten what Leanna's cooking tasted like. You've never had her cooking, right? Yeah. Unless in the camp, yeah, but otherwise not really. Anyway, she watches me hopefully.
So, how is it?
How is what? The room? The room is messy still. Oh boy, this is a crucial choice as well. It's good. It's good because you made it. You've got other talents. Just eat it. I mean, this is pretty obvious what we have to answer, right? Boop. I love it. Because you made it for me. Her cheeks turn pink and she smiles broadly.
I'm so glad you like it.
We talk about how her day went at the Mage Guild. It sounds like she was able to get everything she needed reported and submitted. I fill her in about what happened with Amelia at the academy, and she's both happy and relieved for her. When we finish dinner, I'm left with a full and satisfied stomach. I'm so full.
I should have warned you to save room for...
Huh? What? Suddenly Leanna's face flinches.
Oh no! I forgot about the dessert!
What? Okay, honestly, do you guys... I mean, this is a question for you. Do you get, or do you prepare desserts or whatever after dinner? I don't. I imagine I would get freaking really fat if I did that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm super full, so it's no big deal. Dinner was more than satisfactory. She rushes to a stand.
Hang on, let me go out and grab some ingredients.
Huh? Wait, it's
I promise it'll just be a few minutes!
Leanna runs out and slams the door behind her. What? I hope she doesn't stress herself out looking for something. I pause looking around. Without Leanna, this place feels quiet. Really quiet. I sigh and drum my fingers against the table. Now what? The silence is killing me. Wait patiently. Let's take a harmless look around. Where is the freaking option to tidy this place up? Come on! Pixel Fate, where is that option? Option 3, tidy this place up. Where is it? I need that option. Let's do it. I've got to get up and do something. I stand up and begin to wander around her living room. Her apartment is kind of girly. There's a pink rug in the center of the room. Oh, you have a rug. Why would you have a rug? A few stuffed animals are stuffed in the corners of her couch. There are no signs of being a Mage-Knight here at all. I mean, the desk, kind of. And maybe the amount of books. It's a not disconnect with Leanna's personality, since being a Mage-Knight is such a big part of her identity. And also, if we get rid of this, there is some kind of scroll over here or whatever at the bottom. And underneath as well. Underneath the coffee table. Okay. There are a lot of nobility stuff around here too. I noticed a few family portraits hanging on the wall. In all of them, her family looks so serious, cold even. They look like the type of family that sticks their nose up at anyone they consider beneath them. Interesting. Leanna looks younger and she's wearing an intricate pink dress. I can't believe Leanna's wearing something like this. A very faint smile is on her lips, but otherwise her face is expressionless. There's also a portrait of what must be her brother. They look a lot alike since they have the same nose and blonde hair. His eyes are green, for he looks proud in his armor, a mighty sword at his hip and a scroll in his hand. It must be some kind of graduation ceremony from when he became a Mage-Knight. That's weird. Why isn't there a picture of Leanna becoming a Mage-Knight? I glance around some more. Other than the few family portraits, her walls are bare. There are no paintings or gifts displayed from friends. In fact, there aren't even any random knickknacks lying around. If I didn't know better, I would have guessed no one lived here. It's about as personalized as a hotel room. Suddenly the door flies open, making flinch. Whoa.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's okay. She's a little out of breath, but she holds up a container of strawberries in one hand and a bottle of whipped cream in the other. What? Did she plan for more than they're begging for? I shouldn't let my mind wander. Yeah, I think you shouldn't make your mind wander. Hey, where's the apron? I was supposed to give you the presentation. Anyway, let's go with that one. I shouldn't let them... yeah, I think this is the correct choice, but whatever. I like strawberries and I like whipped cream. Seems like a good choice to me.
They complement each other so well.
I mean, strawberries also work with just sugar, by the way. She grins and hands me the plate.
Here, have some.
I do. The whipped cream melts across my tongue, and the strawberries ripe and sweet. I can see now why she was so happy after trying this. Wow, these are pretty good. Leanna grins.
Told you.
We spend the rest of the night talking and laughing over dessert. It's only when her eyes start to get heavy that I realize how late it is. She must be getting tired. It's getting kind of late, huh?
It's not that late.
She quickly masks a yawn, then looks sheepish. You were saying?
Sorry.
What are you apologizing for? It's already pretty dark out. I should get going. As much as I don't want to leave her company, I rise to my feet. Leanna leads me to the front door. I step outside on the porch. The soft glow of a crystal casts a warm sunny light over our heads.
Well, good night.
Good night. Leanna takes a step closer and my heart jumps. I bend my knees. My knees. Sorry, it's late. I bend my head down to reach her just as she lifts up on her tiptoes. Leanna winds her arms around my neck and kisses me. Her fingers comb through my hair and her soft sigh fills me. She tastes strawberries and whipped cream. She smells like vanilla and too much sun. And suddenly I feel myself spiraling and melting, cupping her cheeks to ground myself. I smile and kiss her again, slower and softer this time. We say our goodbyes and I navigate my way back to the inn, feeling lighter. Yeah, the moment I freaking get out of the building, I will be jumping from happiness if that was like my other half. When I return to the inn, I'm surprised to see the rest of the team still downstairs. They greet me as I approach. What are you guys still doing up?
We all said we'd meet back here at the end, didn't we?
Kara keeps her tone light, but I can see the mischief dancing in her eyes. Oh no. So you were waiting for me?
The hour is quite late. There was a possibility that harm could have befallen you.
What? No.
There was also the possibility that something, or should I say someone, had you a bit distracted.
I don't know what you're talking about. Kara meets my gaze, but I quickly look away. My cheeks feel hot. I don't know what you mean.
Speaking of whom, where's Leanna?
I look sharply at Zach, but he remains as stoic as ever. Kara pretends to think.
You're right. I haven't seen her all evening either. You wouldn't have happened to see her, would you?
Kara, to answer your question, I may have come across her. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I may have come upon her at some point in the evening. Kara's eyes twinkle playfully. Not like that, I just meant I saw her.
Of course.
She's going to stay at her own place so you guys don't have to wait up.
And how would you know that Leanna has her own place here, young man?
I've been to this city before. My cheeks heat up. Kara smirks my reaction.
Oh.
Oh, what? She looks like she's about to say more, but I interrupt her. Anyway, now that you all know I'm safe, I'm going to bed. Maybe you all should too. Amy nods.
It is quite late, and we must depart tomorrow.
As she heads upstairs, Kara and Zach stand. She turns to him.
Make sure he stays safe in his bed. We wouldn't want him to temporarily go missing again.
My face flushes as she winks at me. Ignoring her, I head upstairs, listening to her giggle behind me. Once secured in my room, I flop onto the bed. The Pango bounces happily behind me. You've been waiting for me? Where's my poi poi? There was no sound. He bounces in affirmation, then snuggles against me as I crawl beneath the blanket. Zach gets in his bed too, and for once I'm grateful for his silence. I don't think I can handle any more teasing. Before long, I drift to sleep with thoughts of Leanna and strawberries. And I also will drift into the sleep with thoughts of being dumb. Or something like that. Anywho, hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll of course continue tomorrow. For today, I'm cutting off the recording studio, which is my bedroom. And I will get some sleep as well. During the day of Saturday, I'll probably not be able to record anything. But at night, I'll sit to more of Crystalline, I believe. I'm enjoying this game so much, it's nuts. Or maybe not nuts, but it's so good. It's so good. This game is so good. So, if you're enjoying as well and you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It would be very, very much appreciated. But the side, you can also like the video if you enjoyed it, and you can comment something like, how do you feel about Amelia's professor dating Kirito? How do you feel about that? And that's it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode of Crystalline tomorrow. Bye bye.